known for her prolific performances.
Like every profession, there is the good and the bad, and the conflict and the fight.
She stars in the new series Human.
Completely unlike anything I've ever done before. And the directors and the entire project.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Shefali Shah for excellence in acting.
Welcome, I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview as part of our NewsX A-List series. We're in conversation today with an actor who needs no introduction. We are talking, of course, about Shefali Shah. Shefali ji, welcome to NewsX. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Uday. My pleasure.
Well, you're certainly kicking off 2022 with a bang with this new, very topical thriller on Hotstar called Human. So tell us about what attracted you to the project. Was it your role? Was it the script? Was it the whole concept? Was it the team? What was it?
Obviously the concept, the research that went into it. When I read it, I was shocked. I've read about trials and I've heard about it, but it is just the surface. There is so much that goes on behind getting a drug from manufacturing it to testing it to getting it into the market. So the script and a role completely unlike anything I've ever done before, and the directors and the entire project and the cast and everything. But it's always the script, the directors, the character. That's how it is.
Yeah, and very interestingly, because we are in this world right now, which is of course being driven by by the pharma industry, by, of course, the entire medical industry. So it's very topical. Of course, people take vaccines, people take these drugs and medicines, but often you don't know the backstory, isn't it?
Yes, we do not know the backstory, and we'll probably never know the entire backstory of it. When you buy a cosmetic product, it says not tested on animals. But when you take a strip of medicine, there is no such disclaimer put on it. And like I said, until I read the script, until I heard the whole theme from Moses and Vipul, I did not know the magnitude of this entire world and the power play and the greed and everything that goes into it. And of course, like every profession, there is the good and the bad, and the conflict and the fight. And it's quite... So yes, right now we are hit by a pandemic, and you're constantly reading and hearing and wanting to know more about it. But as far as this subject is concerned, it's a relevant topic
Always.
through time.
You're right. Yeah.
So when it originated, it didn't originate during the pandemic, or it didn't originate. In fact, it originated much before the COVID even started, or we never even dreamt something like this would happen. So it's a very pertinent topic, irrespective of the situation we are.
And I have to ask you, Shefali ji, is this a genre that you enjoy doing and also you enjoy watching in your free time, thrillers?
Watching, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching thrillers. As far as doing is concerned, I am a very greedy actor, and rightfully so. And I want to do every genre possible, whether it's a comedy or it's a romance, a love story, or it's a thriller, or it's human drama. I want to do it all. Mm-hmm. So, yes.
Okay. I was hearing, of course, Vipulji speaking the other day in the trailer launch, and he said, no, it's not like this, that every project I take to her, that she has to do. We have a very a professional relationship, of course, apart from, our personal one. But what was your first thought? When he comes to you with a project, how do you approach it? I have to hear your version of it again.
So, the thing is, whether it's Vipul or somebody else, when a project comes to me, he's the first one I discuss it. And I want to know his point of view, and I want to discuss it with him and tell him what it is, etc., etc., etc. The same goes with Vipul. When he's planning something, I'm the one he'll talk to. Or I'm probably one of the first ones to read his script, one of the first ones to see his rough cut. Of course, we respect each other way too much and you don't force people to take your point of view, but we do give each other the point of view. Until now, never have I told Vipul, produce something for me. And never has he told me, just do this part, even though it's not. So we will only talk about, like, I will never tell him to make something for me. One. Two, he will never offer me something if it's not worth my while. So when he came to me with Human, I was like, of course, I mean, it doesn't mean I said yes without reading it. I read, obviously. And he was also like, you read it and tell me what you feel about it. But yeah, so it was exactly like he said. It's a very, and you know, if I get offered something, let's say from his production house, and I don't feel like doing it, I'll say no, and it's cool.
Yeah. Of course. Okay. Well, we're glad it worked out because audiences, I think, enjoy your team whenever it does come together. But just talking about OTT now, because this also will be streaming on Hotstar. How big a game changer has it been for the industry, and how big a game changer has it been for you as a performer, as an actor as well?
So OTT has opened horizons for all creative people. And the best part of it is it's not determined by the box office. Mm-hmm. It's not determined by the prototypes that were required in commercial films. A hero, a heroine, a star system, a dance number, a fight sequence, etc., etc., etc. Also, content is king. People can experiment, people can express. Every single person has got so much work now, from costume stylists to hair makeup to directors, music directors, DOPs, writers. It's just so rich and thriving. And since the pandemic happened, it was like a boon for all of us. Okay. I'm not talking about it as an actor, because DC happened before that. Yeah. But I'm saying even for all of us, where we can sit at home, because we were going crazy. Absolutely. We were going crazy, being isolated, stuck at home, nowhere to go. But that kind of opened our horizon, and we were like, okay, we could live different life, we could watch different places, we could travel in time and space and stories. And at our convenience, with the safety precautions in place. As an actor, it's opened a completely different world for me. I mean, well, it probably took an OTT and a director who was making it for OTT to consider and say she'll play the lead. Until now, nobody was ready to put me there. Mm-hmm. But now it has changed after Delhi Crime. I mean, all the projects I've done in the last year have been leads or parallel leads. Yeah. So finally, it's happening. And it has changed. It has been a game changer.
No doubt. Well, we're truly happy that did happen. But I have to ask you, since you mentioned Delhi Crime, about that moment again. When you got to know, because I think that's been one of the biggest moments for Indian OTT in a while, for the International Emmy Award win. Of course, there have been nominations, but the win to happen for Delhi Crime. What was that moment like when you got to know that it's won?
So I was sitting and watching it.
Yeah, did you?
Well, I hadn't seen all the other shows that were nominated. So it would be unfair for me to judge. But I was like, it has to be DC. So I remember I was watching it live. Yeah. Because we knew what time it was streaming and watching it live, Vipul and me and my son. Yeah. And I told them, I said, just shoot it, okay? Just shoot it. And I was sitting like this, like watching it like this, like, oh my God, I don't know. And the moment they announced it, I was screaming on top of my lungs. And Vipul and Maurya were waiting to hug me and wish me. Yeah. But I was just delirious. Yeah. Delirious. And what I missed the most was that I wish we were all together at that point of time. Not just at the point of time of winning, but just at the point of time of that announcement. Just that whole palpitation of sitting together, because it was just something else. It's a once in a while kind of experience.
And would you have expected it, when you got offered the project, that it would become this huge success for you, that it would win this kind of, international recognition? Did you expect
So honestly, I never ever estimate what and where the show is going to go or a project is going to go. Mm-hmm. For me, creating it is the biggest kick I get. For me, that's it. I've enjoyed it. I've loved it. I was obsessive about it. That does it for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's going to go. We didn't even know it was going to go on a platform. Netflix came on board much later. We didn't know it was going to premiere at the Sundance. We didn't know any of it. And but I knew I was a part of something I would be so proud of. So proud of. I knew I was part of something that comes very rarely.
No doubt. Well, it's truly created history, and let's certainly hope that Human also is a game changer for you. So, wishing you and the team all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Uday. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.